Hi everyone, I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. Thank you for joining me. Yesterday I reported in Idaho, rabbit hemorrhagic fever, a type of Ebola, was identified in Idaho, where several dead rabbits, wild rabbits, were found near the Boise, Idaho airport. Well, today I found a report saying it's been also identified in Clackamas County near Portland, Oregon. With Passover, Easter, just around the corner, you have to wonder what's going on. This virus is also related to the feline colicky virus that cats can get. It causes a severe upper respiratory infection. What caught my attention was that it is a RNA virus. Where have we heard about that? The manipulation of RNA in the current COVID-19 vaccine. Rabbit hemorrhagic disease affects both domesticated and wild rabbits. Makes you wonder what's going on. Is this important ecologically wild animal being eradicated, eliminating another food source for people? RHDV was first seen in China in 1984. It has been confirmed in 40 countries, including Europe, the Mediterranean, Africa, Asia, North America, Mexico, the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. There's two varieties of this rabbit hemorrhagic disease. RHDV1, the rabbits may die within 12 to 36 hours to a few weeks after onset of symptoms. RHDV2, it says that previous experimental RHDV2 infections found incubation of 3 to 9 days after onset of symptoms, which is loss of appetite, fever, bleeding either through the nose, the mouth, or rectum. The organs shut down and, they bleed out. The death rate for RHDV1 is 40 to 100%, but then they end up being carriers and spreading the virus either through their fur, their food, and even their water. RHDV2, 5 to 80% death rate. But last year, in 2020, Southwest U.S. and Mexico, the outbreak officials reported a death rate of about 90%. Death also occurs from liver failure or hemorrhaging due to the impairment of the blood's ability to clot. You bleed out. And there is no known cure for rabbit hemorrhagic disease virus. There is a vaccine for it, but you have to get approval from the United States government veterinarian people to get approval for the vaccine to be imported. The first outbreak of this rabbit hemorrhagic disease was found in Florida. It is or was the same strain that is crossing Southwest U.S. and Mexico. Scientists, veterinarians still do not know how it ever got to Florida. It's also in Arizona, California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon now, Texas, Utah, Wyoming, and Mexico. There evidently was also cases, but from a different strain in Washington, Canada, New York, and Ohio. They're saying this recent outbreak there in Clackamas, Milwaukee County, is from stray domestic rabbits that were maybe let loose or whatever, but they were originally domesticated rabbits. The case in Idaho were of wild rabbits, like I said, found by the Boise, Idaho airport. They were found dead there. In February, Montana announced it had domesticated rabbits that had died, and that was in Yellowstone County. Yellowstone Volcano, Yellowstone National Park. Also this year, the virus was found in rabbits in Wyoming, Albany Laramie Park. In June of last year, 2020, and February this year, the disease was found in Utah, both in wild and domesticated rabbits. The counties of Dutchins, Grand Iron, Millard, Salt Lake, San Juan, and Sampedi. I'm sorry I'm pronouncing that wrong. May of last year in California, and also this month, March of 2021, wild and domesticated rabbits were found dead in California, which was Kern County, Los Angeles County, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, San Diego, and Ventura. California has instituted a quarantine on rabbits entering the state, prohibiting rabbits entering from any state with a case of rabbit hemorrhagic disease virus in the last year, unless they have a certificate of veterinarian inspection. Colorado has it both in its domestic and wild rabbits. Counties are Arapahoe, Adams, Hermosa, Custer, Denver, El Paso, Elbert, Fremont, Garfield, Huerfano, La Plata, Lamar, Los Alamos, Mesa, and the list goes on and on. You know, Colorado is a big state for hunting. It's interesting. So many counties there in Colorado have this rabbit hemorrhagic disease. The state of Nevada in April of 2020 and then January of this year was found in domestic and wild rabbits. Clark County, Las Vegas, and Boulder City, Douglas, and Nye. In Texas, it was found in over a dozen counties in both domesticated and wild rabbits. That was April and June of last year. Arizona, March of 2020 and January of this year, both in domesticated and wild rabbits. And that was 11 counties. New Mexico, March and July of last year, both domesticated and wild rabbits had the rabbit hemorrhagic fever, Ebola. And it was in 22 counties there in New Mexico. The state of Baja California, which shares its northern border with California and northeastern border with Arizona, has it. Sonora County, Baja California, sir. Evidently, it can be spread not just by urine and feces, but people can spread the virus on their clothing, car tires, and even your shoes, or contact with fur, meat, or wool from infected rabbits. Even insects, including flies, fleas, mosquitoes, birds, rodents, predators. You think of the animals that live off of rabbits, coyotes, wolves, foxes, cats, and dogs. Yeah, like I said, it's the same virus that cats can get, or it's a strain of the virus, or a virus that cats get, but they don't bleed out. They just can't breathe, don't want to eat, don't drink their water, etc. Now, in Australia, they deliberately brought in the virus to control the rabbit population there, but they found out that flies that have been in contact with either sick or dead rabbit carcasses have been the primary source of long-distance viral transmission. RHDV can be pooped out in their feces of predators who have consumed sick rabbits. And in 2017, they found out that rabbits can catch the virus from sharing food and water sources. This virus is evidently not contagious to people or other animals other than, like I said, the virus, a strain of the virus cats can catch. The virus can cause death within 3 to 5 days, even though there's been cases where they've died within 12 hours after showing symptoms. But the 3 to 5 days, they can die after being exposed. Any sudden death of a rabbit that is suspicious should be reported to your veterinarian as soon as possible. And report any sightings of sick or dead wild rabbits in your state to wildlife officials. Please make sure you do not touch them. People used to get pet rabbits for their children and grandchildren at this time of year, Easter. If that's the case, keep the rabbit indoors. No outside playtime, they say. Make sure you wash your hands thoroughly before and after handling rabbits. You know, what's it going to do to the 4-H clubs or people that raise them for their meat and their pelts. It's evidently important to know where you're getting your feed for your domesticated rabbits. Make sure that it wasn't grown outside, possibly in a greenhouse, so it's not contaminated with this hemorrhagic virus, because it's becoming so widespread. Don't go outside and forage for plants or grasses or tree branches to give to your rabbit to chew on. And the virus has been known to be spread to indoor-only rabbits by cats and dogs. Yeah, makes you wonder. There goes another food source for people that like to hunt. So what are your thoughts and comments? Please put them down below. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.